Hello, everyone. I am James Kotecki.
And I am David McMillan.
And we are back on the scene, baby.
That's right.
It's been over a year, David. Can you believe it's been that long?
It's been over a year? Wow. Time flies. And we have a black president. I think the last time we did a video, we did not have a black president. Now we do.
Wow. That seems like something we probably should have been commenting on. But now we will.
Yes.
Because we're back and we're ready to talk about race, politics, cultural issues. We're ready to lay it all on the line. David, are you ready for this week's topic?
Oh, I am pumped. Let's bring it on, James.
All right. Now, David, if you remember way back to the first video that we ever made in 2007, I think, the question we were asking at the time was, do white people like Barack Obama because he's not that black? What a difference today. I think today, people are asking a totally different question.
That's right. Well, we were speaking about this earlier this week, and I made the statement, a little hyperbolic, but here it goes. 2010 is the year that Barack Obama became black. Now, I realize, yes, he's been black ever since, he started running for president and, in fact, since he's been alive. But I think this was the year that people started to realize that his race was really an issue that, in fact, was having some impact on the opposition to his policies. So, the Tea Party movement, which has grown in popularity, in some ways is motivated by some racial hostility. And I think we're starting to recognize that more and more each day.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody wants to say that, all Tea Partiers are racist or, conservatives are racist. I think that's too easy to do. But what is, I think, becoming clear is that some of these folks are associating with some of these racist folks, and they're going to the same events, and so it's all these different kind of sets of anger are bleeding into this one movement, and one of those sets of anger seems to be kind of racially motivated. I had hoped, and I think like many people, that we were done with this kind of crap, I mean, the civil rights movement was 40 years ago, and now we have a black president now, and we still have to deal with racist people holding up racist signs because they don't ostensibly like Obama's healthcare policy. When are we going to freaking get over this as a country?
Well, look, this has been around for hundreds of years, and I don't think that electing a black man to the highest office in the land is going to solve all of the racial issues and, wipe the slate clean. I think we're in the post-civil rights era right now. So while Barack Obama's election is an amazing event, and we should all be very proud of it, I think there was perhaps too much euphoria, too much of a belief that we were now done with race, we were now going to live in a post-racial society where everything was peaches and cream. And people are now beginning to realize, wait a minute, this is still an issue, and there are people who don't like Obama, not because they think he's a socialist, not because they think he's going to institute death panels, but because he's a brother. And I think that's very difficult for not just Republicans, but even, some people in the center to believe as well.
It just seems like some of the racism could be so inherent and deep-seated in people that maybe they don't even necessarily realize that is necessarily their motivation. And so, strangely enough, I think, Trotsky and Lenin would find this odd, but words like socialist and communist are kind of being used almost as racial code words, so to speak. And
absolutely,
it's very strange.
Absolutely.
And the question now, I think, is just what do we do about it? How are we going to fix this problem? Having a black president was a good first step, but now we kind of have to do even better than that somehow.
Well, the first thing I think we need to start doing is we need to talk about it. We need to do what we're doing here on Kotecki and McMillan and bring these issues, out into the public. Because I think, Obama, unfortunately, has to sort of do a very delicate dance on racial issues. He can't seem like he's too focused on race, otherwise people will criticize him. So I think it is sort of the responsibility of us, people who are not in elected office, and as well as elected officials, to talk about these issues and to get people to share their mind. People are having these conversations, at home, at the dinner table, and being fairly candid, and I think we need to have that candor in our public discourse as well.
So, David, you're saying that Kentucky McMillan, in its own small way, is basically helping to save the world.
You got it, my brother.
All right. Well, we're going to keep saving the world because we are not going to go another year without making a Kentucky McMillan. I promise all of you that. But
that's
we are
right.
done with this episode, at least.
We are done here. But until the next racial blow-up happens, I am David McMillan.
And I am James Kotecki.
We'll see you next time.